Y'all have seen me dunk a 10-foot rim before. I'm gonna do it again. Let's go!
Dexton Crutchfield's an athlete that's done very well on social media, focusing on content that doesn't take itself too serious, frequently doing things to even poke fun at himself. In the beginning, his videos centered around his jumping ability, going viral multiple times by jumping over anything and everything. All the attention ended up landing him a scholarship at Iowa Western to compete in track and field. His over-the-top sense of humor has attracted a large and loyal following of young fans, and because most are just kids, they'll often believe his claims no matter how ridiculous they might sound.
I ran the fastest 40-yard dash ever.
When he posted videos of him doing this with dunking, for whatever reason it rubbed many in the dunk community the wrong way. Many felt he was hurting the legitimacy of dunking, and a select few were just jealous of all the success and popularity he was getting. One of the dunks he'd been going for was what he called the bounce dunk. The first time I ever saw someone attempt this was back in 2006. Over 12 years later, and still no one had been able to complete it. On July 19th, 2018, he posted a video of him making it, but in the description said it was edited. The very next day, he posted him making it again, but claimed this one was real and the post went viral. The owner of Dunkademics, Billy Doran, was not happy. At first, he didn't know if he should do a video on it, since Billy had mentioned to me several times he wasn't brave enough to call people out before, because as you'll see later, he doesn't deal well with criticism. But doing a video on Dexton's bounce dunk not only had a great chance of going viral, but would get a lot of support from the dunk community because he wasn't well liked to begin with. On top of that, he believed Dexton wouldn't mind because he thought that he'd love the attention. I know this because I was with Billy the day all this happened. To take advantage of the dunk while it still has some buzz, Billy rushes out his exposed video, not even bothering to watch it before he uploads, finding out afterwards that the audio levels were too high. But most importantly, forgot to explain why the dunk was fake. He just kept saying it was fake over and over again.
It's a fake video, fake. It is fake, it was fake, it is fake, it is fake.
He chooses to leave it up anyways, telling people in the comments that for proof they could direct message him on Instagram, or if they don't believe him, they can do the research themselves. 5 months later, Billy posts professional dunker Jonathan Clark going between the legs twice. What Billy's refused to publicly mention to this day was that he knew it was cheating. They not only went to one of the lowest LA fitness gyms, but Clark purposely brought a women's-sized basketball with him to make the dunk. This went against many principles he used for calling out Dexton just 5 months earlier. It ruins the achievement for someone that eventually hits the dunk legitimately, it was deliberately fooling people to grow a social media following, and it hurts the integrity of dunking.
It's not good for dunking in general.
Fast forward to April 2020, Dexton posts videos on the 16th and the 18th claiming that he dunked 12 feet.
I just dunked 12 feet, baby. Let's go.
Around this time, there were 3 comments left on the Dunkademics video where Clark dunked on 11.8, with people believing that Dexton dunked on 12 feet. 2 days later, Billy posted a video mocking him for it.
What's up, everybody? My name is Dexton, and this
Don't give me a ball.
and this is the 14-foot dunk.
Oh my.
Saying multiple times that he was just trolling Dexton back and that it was all in good fun. He didn't decide to do the actual video exposing Dexton until almost 2.5 weeks later. I believe the reason for this came earlier that week when Dexton was telling people that Billy and Clark cheated on the double E-spec. If Billy didn't know then, he definitely found out on the 28th when this comment was left on his video of the dunk, saying, "Can we confirm that's 10 feet in a men's ball? Cause Dex Crutchfield doesn't seem to think so." For just the second time ever, Billy publicly admitted in the comments that the double E-spec was on a 9.9 rim. At this time I noticed a shift in his tone towards Dexton and his fans, and had now expressed a renewed interest in calling Dexton out. On May 3rd he posted the video, Dexton lied about dunking 12 feet, looking visibly irritated at times throughout. The reason Billy gave for doing the video was because of those 3 old comments I mentioned earlier. The 4th comment shown I don't count since the kid knew Dexton faked the dunk and was just trolling Dunkademics for a response. Dexton responds with the video titled, "I got exposed," saying Dunkademics has been trying to expose him for a while, and that since he does well on social media, a lot of people use his name for views. Although he says he's gotten a lot of hate from Dunkademics videos, he repeatedly tells his fans not to leave hate comments on their page.
I don't want any hate going towards him or anybody else. Please, no hate at all. Only positivity, guys.
Now Billy knew Dexton was going to respond.
Because I'm basically just creating conversation for him.
But what I think he didn't account for was how much Dexton's audience had grown on YouTube. When he was called out the first time, he had around 1,000 subscribers and 13,000 total views. But when Billy called Dexton out the second time, Dexton had over 29 million views and 287,000 subscribers, which was now more than Dunkademics' 228,000. So when Dexton responded, Billy got way more negative comments than he anticipated, getting to him so much that instead of doing a video arguing Dexton's points, he decides to make him a mixtape, hoping it stops the comments and Dexton from making more videos about him. He refers to Dexton as the man, the myth, the legend, says he loves Dexton, and apologizes to people who think he's a hater. He even edits the thumbnail when he used that as a point against Dexton in his exposed video.
When so much of what Dexton has done has been edited, you really have to question everything that he does.
Billy then ends the mixtape with the message, "Dexton is the coolest." Unfortunately, the mixtape didn't work like Billy had hoped. And although he acknowledged in the video he'd get a lot of negative comments,
I know that I'm gonna get a lot of hate comments.
he ends up taking it down for that very reason, saying he had nothing to gain, more people hated him, unsubscribed, and he wasn't getting a crazy amount of views. Shortly after Dexton posted his I Got Exposed video, he started getting flooded with comments asking him to prove that the bounce dunk and 12-foot dunks were real. On July 21st, 2020, he posted the video, "Proof the bounce dunk is real." The biggest criticism he received for the bounce dunk was that people believed it was edited. So he compared a missed attempt with an edit of him making it, then compared that edit to the bounce dunk he claimed he made. On July 25th, he posted the video, "Proof I dunked a 12-foot basketball hoop." The biggest criticism he received for this dunk was that he needed to show video of him measuring it out at 12 feet and with no camera cuts.
I'm gonna measure it and dunk it all in one take.
So that's exactly what he does.
No cuts, no nothing. Just in case y'all wanted more proof, since a lot of people think my stuff is fake.
He then says the Dunkademics video exposing him made his image look horrible.
Horrible.
Again, he repeatedly tells his fans not to leave hate comments on the Dunkademics page.
Please, please, don't go show any hate to him. 100% positivity. That's all you gotta have.
At this point, it seems that Billy's now become completely consumed by his situation with Dexton.
I am really about to dunk 12 feet.
After Dexton posted his video proving he dunked 12 feet, Billy says to one of his fans in the comments that he'd stomp Dexton in a fight, then liked the comment when the kid said he was going to tell him. Following this, Billy DMs Dexton, telling him to stop this now, that he's gotten thousands of hate comments after Dexton first responded, and his fans are ruining the comments of his new videos too, demanding he tells them it's fake so he can get back to his real life. Billy then puts his exposed video back up, and in the description blames Dexton for his decision. In the comments, he starts attacking Dexton's character by spinning the truth with a bunch of lies and misinformation. He keeps saying Dexton called him a liar in his videos when Dexton never did. That he did 3 responses to Billy's 1, calling him out in every video, when he had only mentioned him in 2. He says Dexton made his fans hate him, convincing them that Billy was evil, and sent his army of fans to attack him in the comments. When it was brought up that Dexton actually did the opposite of this, Billy said that was him using reverse psychology. He claimed that taking his exposed video down and making Dexton a mixtape had stopped and ended it, that he was ignoring Dexton. But then Dexton started calling him a liar and throwing him under the bus, dragging his name through the mud and throwing dirt on it, intentionally lying to hurt Billy and his brand. That he restarted it when Billy tried to end it, and now he had to defend himself again over Dexton's lies. Billy even started going after Dexton's young fans that would defend him in the comments, telling them that they had no life or no friends, calling them dumb, slow, uneducated, or any other way to say they had a low IQ, doing so often that people would ask if it was his only insult. He also made a habit of liking negative statements directed towards Dexton and his fans, comments that said Dexton had a learning disability, that they hate him because of Dunkademics, that they're going to unlike his videos, or calling Dexton's fans dumb huggers. It became clear to many that Dexton's young audience was now starting to get to 33-year-old Billy. People regularly telling him to stop getting so offended and ignore the comments, stop caring so much about Dexton, or to not worry about the hate. He agreed, saying he needs to remember that the comments are from little kids who don't know any better. Immediately after, a little kid who doesn't know any better comments defending Dexton. Billy responds, saying that if he believes him, then he's an embarrassment to humanity. These kids end up bothering Billy so much that he decides to do a video just to make fun of them, with the intention of deceiving them into believing he dunked higher than Dexton at 12 feet 5 inches.
I dunked on a higher rim than Dexton did, so.
Making sure not to mention it's fake in the video, title, and description. He wouldn't even admit it in most of his comments, successfully fooling many into believing he actually did a dunk that he didn't, directly going against his main argument for calling Dexton out in the first place. Comments seem to have taken a toll on him, with him constantly bringing it up throughout the video.
I've been getting a lot of hate from Dexton fans
People in the comments,
saying that I'm jealous,
I bet he can't even touch the rim.
saying that I wish I could do the things that he could do,
I bet he can't even dunk on 7 feet.
saying that I probably can't even dunk a 7-foot rim. They're gonna call you a hater.
To anybody saying that I'm a hater, if you hated on me, if you doubt this, then that means that you're a hater.
Near the end of the video, Billy seems pressed on trying to get any type of response from Dexton.
I want to see what Dexton says about this.
Following this, he released another video and continued to talk badly about him in the comments. One of his many accusations was saying he was scamming kids because he used his 12-foot dunk to sell a jump program. Billy would have a great point if he wasn't guilty of doing that exact thing himself. In the comments of the video where he faked he dunked 12 feet, a 14-year-old kid asked him if he had any advice on how to jump higher. Billy responds with a jump training website and to use his code DUNKADEMICS10. The kid replies saying that it was definitely 12 feet and Billy says nothing. There was another comment where he was asked about jump technique. Again, he refused to clear up that the dunk was fake and pushed the jump training program with his code DUNKADEMICS10. On January 20th, 2021, Dexton makes a video discussing how his 40-yard dash and 63-inch vertical are real.
They say that I'm lying about my 40-yard dash and my vertical. I earned scholarships for track and field. Also did my insane stunts when I was with the Harlem Globetrotters.
This seemed to strike a nerve with Billy, and that same day he responds with a post of his own calling him out, telling everyone to tag him in the comments.
I will personally fly Dexton out to Los Angeles.
Originally he said he'd give him $100,000, but in the actual post he ends up saying $10K.
I will pay him $10,000 if he can register anything above a 52-inch vertical.
The next day Dexton responds telling Billy that he doesn't need the money, and that he came at him first, then played victim.
Then you ended up sending me a message on Instagram playing victim when you came at me.
He then shows text messages from a pro dunker telling him that Billy doesn't have the money and was just trying to ruin his career. Billy gets angry and responds with a video that day, posting DMs of his own to get back at Dexton.
And he even sunk as low as to posting a private DM that I sent him. Seems like he needs to prove it in front of other people instead of just behind his own camera.
Billy then goes full Karen and starts trying to cancel Dexton for a charge that was dismissed back when he was a teenager, but accusing him of a specific crime much worse, DMing and messaging Dexton's fans that he assaulted a female. I messaged Billy asking where he got that information. He said someone told him that Dexton hit a woman on Instagram, and that on one of these sites he saw that a female had dropped the charges. The reason this doesn't add up is because in North Carolina there's a specific charge for assaulting a female, and Dexton was not charged with that. Billy also seems to think that the charges were dropped by the victim. The problem with this is that in North Carolina the victim can't drop the charges.
In North Carolina, once a criminal charge has been filed, it's up to the state of North Carolina whether to prosecute. So even if the victim wants to drop the charges, the prosecutors won't. End of story.
I looked through these third-party websites, I went through several documents from Dexton's case, I called the North Carolina courthouse, and I even called Dexton Crutchfield myself. I can say with confidence that Dexton's story checks out. Meanwhile, I didn't find any proof whatsoever of Billy's claim. Despite this, Billy would frequently mention this accusation in any argument no matter what the context. A kid says Dexton's one of the most positive YouTubers, Billy said Dexton assaults women in his spare time. Say he's taking it too far over a vertical, he responds with what to Google to get Dexton's mugshot. All this woman said was that Dexton jumps higher than 90% of people, then Billy accuses her of defending a liar that was arrested for assaulting a female. Say you don't care if it's fake or not and that Dexton's entertaining, Billy tells him Dexton lies to little kids and hits women. Leave Dexton alone, Billy says he's a scumbag who hits women and lies to little kids. Billy's accusation quickly started affecting Dexton's public image. So on February 19th, 2021, Dexton uploads the video explaining his arrest titled, "I was arrested before fame." When Dexton was 18, he had a friend who was always getting into trouble. One night, this guy calls Dexton saying he got into a dispute and needed his help. This leads to Dexton being involved in a fight where someone ends up breaking their leg. He gets charged with assault inflicting serious injury, but he gets it dismissed and wiped off his record after he pays that person's medical bill. Since the court cleared his record, only third-party websites still carried this information. Even after Dexton posted this video, Billy kept telling people that Dexton assaulted a female, while also saying he isn't a good person, that he's a liar, a clout chaser, and lies to little kids to make money. He continued making videos about Dexton.
So clearly this dude wasn't hugged enough as a child. So I'll give this attention clown something that he wants, more attention.
Admitting in one of the comments that he enjoyed making it. Billy's acknowledged that he's hurt many little kids' feelings with his responses, but for whatever reason he can't seem to stop. It can be as innocent as a kid telling him to stop hating on Dexton just to trigger one of his rants, saying Dexton's lying about dunking, continuing to lie and talk bad about him and others, that he's a troll, a liar, and a bad human being. When this kid called him fake, Billy went through his playlist on YouTube to try and find something to insult him with. When he saw videos on religion, he went back to the comments to tell the kid that his actions didn't seem very Christian. On one of the Dunkademics posts, people accused Billy of being obsessed, having a crush on Dexton, and clout chasing. He responded saying that he had not even thought of or mentioned Dexton in the last 4 months. I couldn't find just 1 month where Billy didn't publicly talk about him, and I went back over 2 years. Billy repeatedly accuses Dexton of lying about him, but I have yet to find something he said about Billy to be wrong. Dexton said Billy's a clout chaser. Billy's admitted this several times himself, acknowledging that he uses Dexton's name for views. He said Billy is jealous of his success.
But there are so many people that try to bash my name because they are jealous.
Billy has mentioned that it stings when Dexton's videos get more views than his. He said Billy always plays the victim. Even when Billy's trying to cancel Dexton, he's guilty of this. Dexton has called him out several times, hoping he'd stop.
There have been one to even go as far as to say I beat women and so much more. He also keeps talking about I'm a woman beater. Yes, he kept making those claims even after that video. He still keeps saying that's why I got arrested.
But it doesn't seem to have any effect on Billy's behavior. He still seems way too comfortable with making posts or attacking him personally. These are just a few of the comments Billy's made recently, again mentioning Dexton hits women by saying he hits his girlfriend. While many of Dexton's over-the-top videos are to troll or ruffle people's feathers,
I dunk 12 feet, stop playing with me! Give me my respect, I earned it!
they're never intended to cancel or ruin someone. He also constantly reminds his young audience to be positive and not leave negative comments.
Please don't leave negative comments on anyone's post, ever. Let's be positive.
Dexton supports his family with the videos he makes, trying to cancel him by using a mistake in his past that he already paid for, broadcasting to his fans that he did much worse and without any proof, all stemming from Dexton claiming dunks that were illegitimate. It's even more ridiculous when you realize that no one has done this more than Billy's brand, Dunkademics. Meanwhile, when little children throw criticism Billy's way over his dunking videos, he can't handle it. So much so that he's had to disable the comments.